Hi, welcome to a short video on the practical usage of Microsoft Power Query. I'm Ashish Mathur, and in this video, I'd like to show you how you can convert a tabular to a matrix data layout. For other Microsoft Excel-based solutions, you may visit my website ashishmathur.com. Okay, so here goes the question. On the base data sheet, I have a simple four-column table showing me the department, the owner, the field name, and the field value. Now, as you can see in the owner column, there are three distinct names. The first one in the second row, second one over here in the sixth row, and the third one here in the 10th row. For each owner, there are four rows occupied for each of the different field names such as journal, issue, year, and title. The same pattern repeats for the other two owner names as well, as you can clearly observe. Also, please note that while issue and year have numeric field values, the journal and the title have text entries there in that column. Now, what I'd like to actually do is create, rather, I'd like to create a pivot table of this particular data source. As you can see here on this sheet over here, in this sheet, I have one column for department, the other one for owner, which exactly matches with what I have in my base data as well. In the four other columns, I have journal, issue, year, and title. So I'd like to create one column each for journal, issue, year, and title. Now, in a normal scenario, given this data set, I would have at least attempted to create a pivot table by simply selecting this data, going to insert pivot table, and then dragging and dropping fields in the row and column labels. So that's exactly what I've done on this worksheet called abortive pivot table attempt. I dragged into the row labels the department here, the owner here, and I drag the field name to the column labels and the field value to the value area section. Now, as you can see in the issue and the year column, there are numeric entries, which is exactly what I wanted. But the journal and the title column show zero because whenever you drag any text entry into the value area section of a pivot table, it shows you a count instead. And there's no way to force these to actually become text entries. So here is where Power Query actually helps us. If I go to my base data, select this worksheet here, go to Power Query, click on From Table over here, and I then go to the View tab. When I click on Advanced Editor, I just have to write a one-liner here saying I want to create a table with the name of pivot, and I want to pivot the table which I just imported above into the Power Query. And within curly brackets over here, you have to mention the columns that you want created in your resultant data sheet. Now, please be careful when typing in these column headings, you have to make them case sensitive. So if there's a capital J over here, you must maintain the capital J here as well. Journal and issue, year, and title. I close the curly brackets over there. I give the heading of the column where these values currently lie, and I also give the heading of the column where I need to pick up the numeric entries from. And instead of in source here, I simply do a in pivot. It says a token comma expected value error at the end. That's happening because after the source line there, I did not add the comma. So to go over it once again, I'd like to pivot my existing table, the name of which is source, and the columns which I want to pivot are journal, issue, year, and title. These are case sensitive. They should exactly match in case with what you have in the field name over here. The field name is the name of the column where these currently lie, and field value here, I'm sorry, is the name of this particular column over here. Now, if I were to simply click on done here, you actually see it pivots the data for me, showing me text entries within for the columns where they're required, such as title and journal over there. And if I'd like to see the issue in ascending order, I simply select this over here. I can go to A to Z there. I'd like to load the data to the worksheet, so I'll leave that box over there checked. And let's just give it a name called table 11. If I click on apply and close, I get to see another worksheet where the table 11 shows up, and this exactly matches with what I actually wanted to see as per my expected data sheet over here. So that's one Power Query solution that you can adopt. And there's yet another way to actually solve this problem, and instead of actually taking your time and repeating all these steps, I can simply go and show you what the change actually is. So on this worksheet called Power Query Solution 2, if I click on any cell within the data area there, I click on method 2, and there I go to edit, and the line which I added over there, which is different from what we just did, is just one thing over here. I did a pivot equal to table.pivot source, so this remains exactly what I just shown you a while back. And instead of actually within curly brackets giving those individual column headings, you can actually use a list.distinct. So I want to list down all the distinct entries from this field name column of the source table. This way you won't have to bother about them being case sensitive either, because it's just extracting all the distinct fields in that particular field name column heading. And once you sort of write this and click on done, you'll get the data the same as what we just got a while back. So that's the way to do it via Power Query without writing any macros. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much.